Hello, my name is Franklin and welcome to my channel. Today we got another Caterpillar skid steer we're going to be checking out. The customer says it starts up and it shuts down. It doesn't stay running. And they have a lot of these, so I get to work on a lot of these Caterpillar skid steers. I think they have like 6 or 7. So I'm going to check this one out and see why it's cutting down. Okay, let's see here. It looks like it used to have an air conditioner. I see an open panel there. Let's take a look. Oh, the fuse box is open too. So they've actually already been working on it. It's missing a couple of relays there. Looks like someone's been working on it already. Let's see. It's got a key in it. We'll put the bar down. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, it's on. Okay, this light's supposed to cut off. Let me see. It's off the parking brake, but that there light there is no oil pressure. Okay, so that's probably a problem there. It's showing that there's no oil pressure. Let's try one more time. Let's be sure. See, if you look close, that one there is hydraulic temperature, because it has a little hydraulic symbol and a little temperature thermometer on one side. So that means hydraulic temperature. And this is a shape of an engine. So that one there is engine temperature, because it has right beside it a temperature gauge. And this one here, see, has the 2 little arrows pointing in. That's an engine also. So it says no engine oil pressure. So we're going to have to check that out and see what the deal is. And that one there is hydraulic pressure, seat belt, and park. Let's try one more to make sure. See, you got your hydraulic pressure cut off. All of them cut off except for the parking brake and the engine oil pressure. Now, if there's no engine oil pressure, of course it will cut off. It's not built. Let me speed it up a little bit. Maybe it'll cut back on. No, it's still not reading any oil pressure. When we push this button here, it cuts off the parking brake, but that one hasn't cut off. You know what? Better cut it off and keep it low pressure. Okay, we need to fix that. Okay, so the problem is going to be engine oil pressure. We need to probably check the oil pressure sensor first. Let me look that up and see where it's at. Anyway, try to get one. Okay. Let's go to the back. Let's see, if I remember correctly, let's see. There's an oil pressure sensor on this side, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't think we're going to be able to get a camera in there to see it, because it's like up in there. Let's see if the wire's off of it by any chance. If we can see in there, we cannot. Let me see. It should be between the alternator and the starter. I don't see it. Let's see. Let's see if I can feel it. Not enough room. Okay, well, let's see if we can put a flashlight in there. Let me see. It should be right around there somewhere. Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. It's up top about right there somewhere. Let me get a light. Okay, I Googled it, and you see right behind the starter, that little deal, I see it right there. It's kind of dirty, but it's right behind the starter there. Let's see if we can make it bigger a little bit. That right there is the oil pressure switch. That's what it's called. It's not a sensor. It's an oil pressure switch. When the oil pressure gets low, it's supposed to cut off the engine. So, and that's it right there, covered in dirt. You can see it right behind the very back of the starter, and it has the wire connected to it. I can see the wire right there connected to it. So there's 2 ways you can check these normally. Is either pull it off or take the wire off and put it to ground. So what we're going to first is unplug it and see what happens and crank it up again. So let's do that. I went to the Caterpillar dealer and gave him the serial number of the machine. That is the seal plate right there. So we're looking at the machine, Looking at the buckets on your right side, there's your plate right there. Give them the plate number, and they gave me this right here, which is the oil pressure switch. It opens when the oil pressure is too low, and it'll cut the engine down. So it was only $20, so I just decided to go ahead and buy it, because it could be the connection of the wire itself, or it could be something on the computer, or a programming deal. So we changed this right here. If it still doesn't work, we have to actually check the pressure at this hole where this is at and see if it actually has oil pressure. If it does, it's going to be a problem with the wiring or the computer or programming. So let's first go ahead and change this. Okay, in order to get this off, the old one off and put on the new one, you'll need a 1 1/16 deep socket and a ratchet. You'll have to squeeze it in here through the top area. Okay. Not a lot of room, so you'll have to maneuver it in there. Now I'm looking at both of these now, and look at that sucker, it looks completely clogged up. I wonder when was the last time they changed oil on this sucker. It looks like it's completely clogged up. I tried sticking something through that sensor, and there's not actually a hole there. It got stopped. So what we're probably going to have to do is change their oil and blow it out, because that looks horrible. Got soot. Oh, you know what though? It could be the soot from the muffler. But it's completely clogged up the hole, so there's no way it would have read any oil pressure. I think I'm going to crank it a little bit and let it blow out a little bit, just to be on the safe side. It is flowing out, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to put it on by hand first, so we don't take a chance on damaging the threads. So just got to remember that. Always put it on by hand. Screw it as much as you can by hand at first, and then you tighten it up with the socket. Okay, as you can see, I put in the new sensor. I drilled the other one out, took a 1 1/16 socket, and I screwed the other one out, and I put in the new sensor. And one thing you got to remember with those is it's actually only one wire. So the other wire is going to be the ground itself. So you never put Teflon. If you put Teflon, it will definitely not work, because it would never be able to ground itself out when it's supposed to. Okay, let's start it up and see if it's going to work or not. Okay, we're back in here. Let's cross your fingers. And it stays on. It doesn't cut off. So there's got to be a problem with the wiring then. Doesn't shut off anymore, but it still reads that light stays on. It may have to be reset. Let me see. So it doesn't shut down anymore, but the light stays on. We may have to figure out how to reset that light, I guess. Normally it would have shut down already. So let's try cutting off the battery and resetting it that way. It doesn't shut down anymore, but that light does not go off. So we need to check that out and see what the deal is with that. Okay, it does stay running now. Before it would stay on for about 10 seconds and shut off. We changed the oil pressure sensor, and it does not cut off anymore, but the light stays on. So let's try first disconnecting the battery and leave it off for a little while, and we'll come back and try it again. If that doesn't work, then we'll ask Google. Okay, let's give it a try. Everything's on. Brakes. Okay, it's not shutting off. Thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, take a second to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you in the next one.